Okay, we're fixing to watch Prax tractor operating. And I thought I'd do a video on this because this kind of shows you the man's real character in the way he operates a tractor. The amateurish fashion he operates a tractor. So let me give you a little backstory behind this whole deal. So Prack had a stump grinder out to grind up a stump or something like that, and that was in his yard. And being cheap, he insisted on keeping the stump shavings. The grinder guy would have hauled them away, but Prack thought he could keep them and sell them for more, and then he could simply leaving it, giving the stump grinder the shavings that he could sell for some money to help his business. Pratt had to keep the stump grindings, and he's going to sell them because he doesn't make enough money as it is. So this is the reason why he feels it necessary to do this. So we're going to watch Pratt here, and I'm going to react to it, and see what's going. You can tell he doesn't operate the tractor very often. Trying to remember what to do. Is that a Kubota? Pratt's driving a Kubota. Kubota's a good solid tractor. It's got some lawn tires on it to prevent him from overturning it. You can get a Kubota for a good price. Every guy out there he goes out and buys 2 acres in the suburbs, and he has to get a big lawn tractor with a big front end loader. And for that lawn, yeah. So a little tip, there's guys like Flack out there who will mow your lawn. I have a large lawn too. It may be larger than Prax, and I don't need a tractor or a lawnmower to mow it. I pay a guy like Flack $500 a year to mow my lawn, and that's that. And I have better things to do than drive a lawnmower around in circles. But these guys, they say, "Oh, I got to get out and work the land. I'm going to work the land." You're going to mow your yard. You're not working the land. It's really tedious driving a tractor around in circles all day for serious purposes like plowing. You get a crick in your neck. You're always looking over your shoulder, check the plow. Make sure it's still back there. That was funnier to me.
Yeah.
I lost a brush hog once. Yeah, I told you about that, right?
Yes, but it also doesn't.
Well, I welded it wrong. I didn't know better. Yeah, look behind, the brush hog's gone. No, I could tell the horsepower picked up on the tractor.
12.
16. Every guy buys, he's got to have that big tractor. So wait a minute. Why does Prack own a foreign tractor? Why has he got a Kubota? Is he a Made in America guy? I'll tell you why Prack has a foreign tractor. First of all, he's a hypocrite. But Pratt could have spent $3,000 or $4,000 and bought a good old Ford or Case or some type of American-made tractor, made in the 70s or 80s, and they run forever. And a guy who supposedly is handy with equipment as himself could easily keep them running. Just gotta pretty basic stuff. Tractors aren't. It's very easy to work on tractors. Even I've worked on tractors. Yeah, it's not rocket science, and they'll run forever. So why didn't Prack do that? Because he's broke. That's why he didn't do it. He does a payment on the Kubota every month. It comes out of his pension. That's the only reason they gave him the tractor. He's got this pension, so they make him a deal. He can make payments on the tractor, and he didn't have $3,000 or $4,000 cash to go out and buy a good old American tractor. And at the end of the day, what's going to happen is in the last 10 years of his life, he's going to end up having to stop making payments on that tractor because he's too infirm to drive it, A, and B, he's got medical bills that are eating into his precious pension, and he's no longer able to make the payments. So they're going to come and repo the tractor. and you know they're going to find out that it has 6 hours on it total, and repackage it and sell it as new because he barely used it. You can tell that just by looking at it. Now I'm going to show you how Prac does this wrong for real. You know, it's a question of diesel. You know, diesel's not too bad, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. Diesel's not great, I guess. I mean, in terms of price, you know, so you got to make every pass count. You know, this is where Prac, you can do this in 3 passes basically. And, you know, Prac's going to make it way more than that, but he's going to cut the video off so you don't see it. So watch Prac. He's going to. Notice he's inching along there. He's got his wheel chalked too far to the right or left. Bucket's not tilted down quite enough. Should be tilted down a little bit more. I made a pass. Made a pass right down the middle. Should be the whole time he's doing this, he should be slowly tilting the bucket upwards. So you get a little bit of time. So as you're halfway through your run, you start tilting your bucket upwards or backward, back to your original position. But he's not doing that. He's waiting till the end, and then he's going to tilt it back up. And as you can see, he lost some because of that. He's going to load that on the guy's trailer and tell him, yeah, this is a yard. Give me my $200. This is really good. What do they call that stuff they grind up? You know, for the stump grindings. What do they call that? You know, they use it for chips, wood chips. Oh yeah, you can use this for mulch. You got to do this rapidly. You know, waste diesel to let the motor basically idle. He's got the thing in idle because he doesn't drive it much, so he doesn't know how to drive it. So he's basically letting this tractor idle, and it's wasting diesel. You know, I'm not saying drive it fast, but put it in gear, put it in second gear or whatever, and drive it. Oh, this is the best part. This is the best part. Wait for it.
Yeah. Yes.
He says, "Did I get a bucket full?" He's asking his wife. He can't see, and he can't get off the tractor to check. He has no way of knowing if he got a bucket full. Just like he has no way of knowing if he still has genitalia below his waist. You know, he has to ask. He has to ask people to check for him. Yeah, and that concludes that. So I thought that was an interesting video, and it was very instructive. And people will say, "Oh, well, how do you do it right?" Well, you start on one edge of the pile or the other, and you take an angle and you scoop up a bucket full from one angle, pushing it toward the center as you're scooping, and then you cut another angle from the other direction, cut you another bucket full from the other direction, be it the left or right, whichever opposite of whichever angle you started with. And then you go down the center like that. Prac went down the center to begin with because, you know, he wants to make 6 or 7 passes at an idle and waste diesel and, you know, waste everybody's time because it's going to take longer because he can't make 3 passes. He's got to make 6 to get every bit of that. So that is the, background. You could do this in 3 passes, one to the left, one to the right, and one down the center. Get it all collected, just like you're eating food on your plate. The way but Prac hasn't used a forks in so long that he's been having his food fed to him for so long because he can't actually use his hands. He has his hands on the steering wheel, but he's not actually steering. That's why he's in neutral, idling along at gear 1 maybe. So I hope you find this video informative, and I hope everybody's learned something from this. And Again, remember that Prac is out to get you. Never doubt.